Leila Santiago in Puebla, Mexico. We had a little bit of a technical issue the last time we were doing a Facebook Live with you, but we are back, and I want to continue to show you around here because there is a lot to see. So, for those who are just joining us, want to give you a little bit of background. We are with the Caravan that has gotten a lot of attention over the last few days because of President Trump's tweets. President Trump has called this a dangerous caravan that is dispersing, diminishing. I will say this is a caravan that is much smaller in numbers. It started at about 1,200 according to organizers, and it has gotten smaller, but there are still hundreds of people who have just arrived in Puebla. So let's take a walk. Here we go. I want you to see sort of this mini village that they have here. I mean, they have a mobile unit just to do health checks, and you can see that that is something that will help families as well as children that are taking advantage of this. They have more than, well, I guess they have two different mobile units that are doing health checks for those who have just arrived. This has been a long journey, and obviously the conditions are pretty rough. So everyone is getting a check. When one gentleman walked off the bus, I said, "Hey, where are you from?" And he said, "I'm so sorry, I can't speak. I've already lost my voice." And you can see here there is a mother that is trying to give her daughter some medication as well. I'm going to let them do that for a minute, and then I want to talk to him. Señora, ¿de dónde eres?
Honduras.
She's from Honduras. ¿Y a dónde van?
Hasta Monterrey.
Hasta Monterrey. So she is going to be staying in Mexico. ¿Y esta quién es?
Ella es la hija.
Oh, okay. So they're friends. ¿Por qué te fuiste del Salvador? I'm asking her why she left.
No, yo vengo de Honduras.
Perdón, ¿por qué se fueron de Honduras?
Porque está bien peligroso.
She's saying that the reason that they left Honduras is because it's very dangerous. Pero explícame eso. ¿Por qué está peligroso? I want to know specifically when they say it's dangerous, when they say it's violent, what does that mean? O sea, ¿qué es lo que ves día a día?
Hay bastantes muertes, asaltos.
She says there's a lot of assaults and a lot of deaths in the area. Así que, ¿vas a pedir asilo aquí en México?
Sí.
So she is going to be asking Mexico. She's going to be seeking asylum here in Mexico. ¿Y tiene el permiso? ¿Le dieron permiso para estar aquí? Okay, so she has a 20-day permit from the government of Mexico to stay here, and then she's going to stay here and seek asylum. El presidente Trump ha dicho que esta es una caravana peligrosa.
No.
She's saying that this is not a dangerous caravan, as President Trump has said. La otra cosa que se ha dicho es que a las mujeres la están asaltando, que han habido mujeres que están violando. ¿Has visto eso? ¿Ha pasado eso en esta caravana?
No, nosotros no hemos visto nada de eso.
So she's saying that she hasn't seen or heard of any cases in which, in this caravan, in which there have been rapes. ¿Y cómo fue? O sea, tienen una niña, viajan con una niña chiquita, una bebé, ¿no? ¿Cómo es eso, viajar con niños así? I'm asking what it's like to travel with toddlers, essentially.
Es bastante arriesgado porque
Says it's risky
es un poco peligroso, pero
because it's very dangerous.
gracias a Dios todo está saliendo bien.
She says thanks to God, everything is going okay right now. Muchas gracias, se lo agradezco. There are so many people here right now that I want to make sure that we're kind of getting a broad perspective and talking to several people. So let me kind of continue to walk you through what we're seeing. So this is a line of people who have just arrived, and the town of or Puebla in general has said that they were going to welcome the people on this caravan, and so they have all day brought in donations. And see, hold on one second, because I have a gentleman who wants to talk to us.
We got a bunch of guys. They're not happy about what they did on this caravana,
Okay.
and they've been talking to Derechos Humanos. Most of these guys,
Okay.
they sell them out.
Okay.
See, and
Let me
that's
start
what they're
with this.
saying.
Let me
That's
start
what
with
they're
this.
saying.
What is your name?
I cannot say my name right
don't
now.
wanna say your name. I understand that.
I would have said it maybe later, but not right now.
I understand
What I want you to do, if we want to help, listen to these guys. Listen to them.
Well, I want to be very clear. We're not here to help. We're just
Right,
here to
right.
tell the story
Well,
because we're
but
journalists.
like
But I do
that,
want to hear the
everybody else
story.
can hear it, you know?
Right. I want it. So what you're saying is it sounds like there's some displeasure with maybe the organization.
Exactly.
Okay. And why is that? What
I think it's better if you listen to the
were you on the
conversation.
caravan?
I was one of them.
Okay.
I'm the one who told me take all these guys to Medias Aguas, and then they just left them there.
Okay, so, and I want to explain a little bit of what he's talking about. There has been some people in this caravan who have said that there is a lack of organization. This gentleman is saying that at one point he was with the caravan and then he went off in another direction and they were just left there. And so thus the dispersion of the caravan as it has been depicted. Pero entonces cuando lo dejaron ahí, ¿qué pasó?
Derechos Humanos los encontró y fue a hablar con el mero dirigente de la caravana, Irineo Mojica, y le dijo, tú no puedes abandonar a esta gente.
So it looks like some of them broke off and then were abandoned. And so he is saying that he is not satisfied with the organization of this. So, and he's saying there are several other ones. Thank you so much for your story. I want to continue on and get more stories so that I can understand also why these gentlemen are leaving. I want to talk to this gentleman. ¿Usted cómo se llama?
Ronaldo Aroche, para servirle.
Ronaldo, voy a caminar con usted. I'm going to sort of make the line with him. ¿Usted de dónde eres?
De Guatemala.
De Guatemala. He's from Guatemala. ¿Y por qué se vino?
La pobreza es grande en nuestro país y tratando de salir adelante.
So he's saying that the reason he left Guatemala is because there's a lot of poverty and he's just trying to get ahead. Esta caravana, el presidente Trump dijo que era peligroso. ¿Es así?
Sí, sí es muy peligrosa
¿Y por qué dices eso?
Porque yo precisamente la vivo a diario.
¿Y cómo? Explícame cómo.
Okay.
He's saying there were some dangers, pero ustedes son peligrosos?
No, lo peligroso es el camino en el que venimos.
So he's saying, look, we are not dangerous, but the journey itself is very dangerous, and he's saying he lived it every single day. ¿Y hacia dónde vas?
Pues estamos tratando de llegar a los Estados Unidos algunos y otros estamos tratando de quedarnos en México.
So he's saying some of them are staying in the U.S., some are going to Mexico, pero usted, ¿dónde va?
Yo en lo personal no tengo dirección hacia dónde voy.
He doesn't know where he's going yet.
Todo dependiendo en cómo el camino se ponga. Entonces nosotros tomamos decisiones si cruzar al otro lado o estar en México.
Muchas gracias. So he's basically saying that he still doesn't really know where he's going to go. He's waiting to see how things work out, and then he'll make his decision accordingly. But I want to just sort of make sure that you are getting a grasp of how big this group really is. Remember, this is the smaller version of the original caravan. These are hundreds of people, but this is not the original 1,200 originally reported on this caravan that started on the southern part of Mexico several days ago. And you see there are volunteers here from the Red Cross Mexico. There are volunteers here from the community that are bringing food, that are cooking, that are making sure that these families have a place to go. I want to speak to this woman because she has several children. Señora, ¿de dónde eres?
De Honduras.
She's coming from Honduras. ¿Y hacia dónde va?
Pues no sé, vamos a acompañar el Vía Crucis hasta que termine, no sé hasta dónde irá a llegar.
And that's interesting. She's saying that she's going to go with the caravan for as long as it continues, but even she doesn't know how far they will go. ¿Y cómo ha sido hacer esta Vía Crucis con niños?
Pues por una parte es muy difícil porque por los niños toca que caminar bastante.
Says it's hard when you have to walk with so many children. ¿Y ella está tomando medicina?
Es que por destapar el botecito de agua se arrancó un diente, entonces...
¿Se han enfermado en algún momento?
Gracias a Dios no, solo gripe, tos que me le ha pegado a ella.
So she says the kids, her young one, it looks like got a little bit of a cold at one point, but other than that, they've been in good health. Ayúdame a entender por qué se fueron de Honduras. I'm trying to get a better idea of why they left Honduras.
Porque allá en Honduras está difícil para vivir.
Says it's difficult to live there.
En primer lugar hay bastante delincuencia.
There's a lot of delinquency and violence and gangs.
La verdad no se puede vivir. Yo me separé con el papá de ellos.
She says she can't just, it's hard to live there. She's separated from the children's father.
Porque él me golpeó, me hizo daño, entonces yo a él le puse una demanda. No tuve el apoyo que debería tener allá en Honduras.
So she's saying there was a little bit of a domestic violence situation according to her, and so she felt like she didn't have the support she needed to support her children. Pero, ¿a dónde quisiera ir?
Pues la verdad mi hermana me está diciendo que si pudiera cruzar para Estados Unidos estaría bueno para un estudio para mis hijos.
So she's saying that if she could get to the United States, that would be great because she could get a good education for her children. I'm going to ask her where in the U.S. ¿Y dónde en los Estados Unidos?
Pues no sé la verdad dónde mero está mi hermana, pero sí mi hermana está allá y ella me estaba diciendo que si hallara la oportunidad de ir a pedir asilo o apoyo allá en Estados Unidos, porque ya para Honduras no puedo regresar. El papá de ellos me amenazó, me dejó sin nada, a él lo corrió.
¿Está bien? ¿Puedo hablar con su niño? No, él no quiere hablar. Ok. Muchísimas gracias, ok? So she doesn't know exactly where her sister is in the United States, but she says she is in the U.S., and so that's why eventually she says it would be nice to go to the United States and meet with her sister. So again, I just wanted to make sure you got a good grasp of some of the stories we're hearing that are coming out of here, how big the group has become in just a matter of minutes with 4 different buses arriving, what we know of what is to come. Right now they are in Puebla. They're expected to stay here several days. From there they will go to Mexico City, and from there people are still waiting to see what will happen. But I can tell you, remember, this is an annual event, an annual sort of pilgrimage, if you will. And in years past, typically after they get to Mexico City, they sort of all go out on their own. Some people go back to certain parts of Mexico. Other people try to go to the U.S.-Mexico border. So after Mexico City, they will further disperse, and several hundred, according to organizers, will try to make it across the U.S.-Mexico border. And you know what? I do have one more question that I want to talk to someone about, because I want to talk to these gentlemen here. ¿Usted de dónde viene?
Guatemala.
He's from Guatemala. El presidente ha dicho que va a mandar la Guardia Nacional a la frontera de los Estados Unidos. So I'm telling him that President Trump is going to send the National Guard, or says that he's going to send the National Guard to the U.S.-Mexico border. ¿Eso cuál impacto tendría para los que están intentando cruzar a los Estados Unidos?
Pues la verdad nosotros vamos en búsqueda de una mejor vida, va. Porque usted sabe que en el país en que nosotros vivimos, pues vivimos una vida raquítica, va.
So he's saying, look, this is all about finding a better life for ourselves, because in their country, which he's from Guatemala, ¿verdad? Sí, Guatemala. He's from Guatemala, so he says he can't get that where he's from. Pero la Guardia Nacional, estar ahí en la frontera, ¿eso qué hace? ¿Lo hace más difícil? ¿Cambia su opinión de que quiere ir a los Estados Unidos? ¿O qué? ¿El impacto sería qué?
No, pues cambiar mi opinión tal vez no, va, porque yo tengo la fe en Dios. Dios conoce mi corazón, Él sabe que yo no voy a dañar a nadie.
He says that having the National Guard at the border will not change his mind on or change any sort of plan, because he has faith in God, and he believes that God knows his heart, and he is not there to endanger anyone, and that will help him. ¿Usted hacia dónde va?
Pues nosotros venimos en búsqueda, va, de una mejor vida. Ya si se pueda pasar para Estados Unidos, pues bienvenido sea, ¿no?
He's trying to get to the United States. ¿Algún estado en particular?
California.
He's trying to get to California, and it doesn't appear. Así que tener la Guardia Nacional ahí no cambia nada.
No cambia nada, definitivamente no cambia nada.
For him, he said it 2 or 3 times, gracias, okay. That it definitely will not change anything to have the National Guard on the U.S.-Mexico border. They still want to get there. So, again, we are in Puebla, Mexico, just a few hours south of Mexico City. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to be with this caravan for quite a while, and, of course, we'll be bringing you updates on CNN. Thanks so much.